So another video has been made about me, so I'm gonna address that one as well. You know what's interesting? Nick Jones said in his new video that he didn't say anything bad and that he was gracious. And maybe sure, he thinks he was, but the issue was not what was said, it was how he said it, where he said it. And you posted that video with over 1 million followers instead of having a private conversation with me. You just DM'd me. You were just in my DMs before. So you clearly know how to reach out to me privately, but instead you made another video about me when I was just trying to clear up, something about the accusation. But anyway, Nick, look, maybe you mean well. Maybe you really think you were just having a conversation, but when you keep making videos about me and you low-key are twisting my words, because that's what you were doing in that last videos, it starts to feel like dialogue and more of a storyline. And the truth is, every time you post and you're not just spreading grace, you're making money. You're monetized. Every single video you make, you get paid for it. So I'm sitting here getting dragged in the comments, getting called names. You're profiting off of this. And that's where I want people to pause and think. Not to attack you, but to recognize a pattern. Because a lot of people on social media, even Christian influencers, will disguise themselves as being humble, helpful, and the good guy, when sometimes they're really just stirring division and under the banner of ministry. And yes, I know, I posted this publicly too. I'm not mad about people responding. I'm just saying there's a difference between disagreement and dehumanization. You can disagree with someone and still show love. What I have seen instead is mockery, judgment, and hate from people who claim to worship the same Jesus I do. Some of y'all will say, well, I just worship differently, or that's how I praise, and that's fine. But you know what else is worship? Obeying God, showing compassion, loving thy neighbor. So when you call me autistic, when you call me a demon, when you say I have a mental disorder, or when you send me death threats, because that's what we're now at, is that really worshiping Jesus? Because obedience is a form of worship too, and cruelty isn't obedience. You can't just love God and hate his people. You can't do that. And Nick, just because you didn't see bad comments or anything about mental illness, doesn't mean it just magically disappeared. Because when you call someone autistic or neurodivergent, that is talking about mental illness. That's not uplifting or godly. That's mockery. I read every single one of y'all's comments. And honestly, I just want to say this. I feel like God is using me in this situation to show something. Not just about you, not just about me, but about how the body of Christ reacts to people who are becoming new to the faith. I really feel like that. Because this is what people see when they're trying to come to Jesus. They see judgment instead of grace. They see arguments instead of unity. And that's not what he wanted. And what I've seen in the comments saying, well, if you're so easily pushed away from the faith, you don't really know Jesus. Well, duh. Obviously, I'm still learning about him. That's the whole point. That's why I'm seeking him. That's why I'm reading his word. But what confuses me is the very people who claim to represent him are the ones who say they're Christians are acting the complete opposite. I read somewhere that true Christians bear the fruit of Christianity, but those comment sections, they were not fruitful. They were hateful. So if that's what Christianity looks like to the outside world, I see why nobody goes to church. And honestly, I'm not going to church anymore. I'm just being honest. If I'm trying to get to know Jesus and his people are yelling at me, cussing at me, tearing me down because I want to learn his word, that's not bringing me closer to him. That's pushing me away from him. And I think that's crazy. So maybe this isn't just about me anymore. Maybe it's about how we treat one another, especially as Christians. Because worship isn't just about singing or shouting. It's about how you live and how you love and how you represent Christ when no one's watching. So before you post the next gracious video or comment, ask yourself, am I helping someone get closer to Jesus, or am I the reason they turn away?